and welcome to Life Less Ordinary. We are having a day off today, which means work around the yard. So I thought I'd show you what we've been getting up to. We're continuing our striving towards food security by planting a few trees. We are actually chopping down one at the moment because I've given it 3 years and it's been useless. So it's coming down. It's also in a spot where there are treated pine right near to it, so even if it was fruiting, it's probably not where I would want it in the first place. So we're taking that one down. It is an apple tree, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know that we have already got five Pink Lady apple trees, and we've just planted some more, and we're sourcing more to plant right down the back. So yeah, it needs to go, and I'll be putting flowers where it's going, so I'll show you that in a moment. So these are the 3 orange trees that I have planted out the front. This is our front yard, and you can see that there's quite a number of fruit trees already here, and these 2 just here are mulberries. They're white mulberries, and there's a couple of citrus, so a lemon, there's a tiny little mandarin over here and a blood orange here, but we wanted to extend this area and out to here with more citrus, so I've planted 3 varieties of citrus here. These are oranges. So this one is a Valencia, this one is a Washington, and this one is a late navel. So again, we're working with trying to work with the citrus season, particularly the orange season, and get the most out of that time, the most fruit over a longer period of time. So these will provide us with a harvest over a couple of months rather than just at the one time. We also have some more citrus up here. So we have a kumquat, grapefruit, there's a lime over here, and another lemon. That one's a lemonade lemon. So where the citrus orchard is coming along quite nicely. And this here is what is left of a jewel apple tree that we had planted here probably about 10 years ago, and at least for the last 3 or 4 years we haven't actually been getting anything off it. So what Simeon is doing there is just chopping all the branches down, which will go around the back to our chipping pile, which Dean will work on in the coming weeks. And we'll, as best as possible, try and get that stump out, because with any of these types of trees, we'll end up with suckers that come up, which we'll have to keep dealing with, which we will anyway, but if we try and at least get the stump out as best as possible, it's less work for us in the long run. But what I will show you right next to here is, oh yeah, it's a bit hard to see, under all that netting are 3 fig trees, and they're right now coming into fruit, and we have managed to keep the netting over it so that we don't lose all of the fruit to the cockatoos and other birds. So as you can see here, there's some here that aren't quite as ripe in the back. There's some that are ripening up. There's some in here that are just starting to ripen up to come with that purple tinge to it. So lots of figs. And I guess that's the benefit. They are actually 2 different varieties. These 2 are the same variety, and then this one, there's another one further along. It's a bit hard to tell. There you go. This one here actually ripens probably about a month later. Now these are ones that I got off other people, so they didn't come with the variety, so I'm not sure what they are, but I have noticed over the last couple of years that they do ripen at slightly different times, so that's a bonus in terms of food security when it comes to our figs. Our other job for today is to get some nets off some of the apple trees and take some of the fruit off. I don't have the time to be able to preserve all of the apple harvest that we have, so I'm just working in little bits. So we'll get the apples off this tree and deal with that, whether we dehydrate them, puree them, boil them up to make apple pie filling. So there's a few different options that we have. just with the apples from this tree. Yes, some will be put aside. Some of the nicer looking ones will be put aside for the kids to eat or for us to eat. But, you know, with organic apples, they don't always look the best. So the ones that are a bit nasty looking, they'll be the ones that I'll be dehydrating or doing other things for. One of the benefits of having big, strong boys. A little bit more. There's a few more roots there. Almost. There we go. So it's later on in the afternoon. We have killed a couple of chickens and I'm in the process, I have defeathered them. So that I can then get everything out of them and put them in the pot to make some soup and some bone broth. While I'm waiting for a little bit later to finish that off, Tobias is mowing up there for us, and I've got to come down because we realised with the apple trees that we planted last week that I probably wanted them off the fence line a little bit more so that we can actually walk around behind them. It'll just make dealing with them a lot easier. So I've just had Dean dig some holes for me and I'm about to move them. But I also wanted to show you, this is a week after the frost, and if you have watched last week's video you will notice that that is significantly different. The vine is definitely dying, so whatever fruit, whatever zucchini's on there will have to come out. I sent the girls down a little while ago to plant some more lettuce for me, so they did a good job of that while I was defeathering the chickens, and we're just going to replant or transplant those trees that are only a week in the ground, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. But it will mean that we can walk behind and around the espaliery to look after the apple trees a bit better and to deal with the fence line as well. So Dean has dug those holes for me, and as you can see, the where I had planted them are over there, so it's quite a bit different where the difference in how we're planting them out. So that's the line of them. That's what a plumber does when he digs a hole. does a really good job. So we're just going to replant them now. So all in all, it's been quite a productive day between the trees out the front, chopping out the tree. Dean's done quite a bit of wood chipping. The kids have tidied up the yards. We've moved the chickens, planted more trees down the back here, more lettuce. Sent a couple of chickens. We got rid of a couple of roosters that were causing problems for the kids when they collected eggs, so they will be chicken soup and bone broth. Yeah, just a very productive day. So we're enjoying this late afternoon sunshine. garden. That's one of the benefits of having a vegetable garden and being able to be out here while in the late afternoon, particularly to enjoy just how peaceful it is, except for the lawnmower. But he'll be finished soon. Anyway, thank you for joining us in our life less ordinary.